So before going to this presentation for another about 1.5 hour to 2 hour, the idea is what we are going to do today. We are going to see the this mark distribution and the preparation strategy, and what material we have from our MSubbu Academy. So that things and all I am going to cover it in first some 20 to 30 minutes of presentation. Then another about 1.5 hour, we are going to see solving some, or we are going to solve some representative problems from the chemical process calculations. So that we'll start the subject. Start with the subject. Okay. Of course, all of you know about the what is the need for gate class, gate examination, and uh, how it is going to be useful and other thing. So still, I'll give some idea. What is the need for gate exam and what is the mark distribution, the preparation strategy one can follow, and what material we have. So that we can you can also assess uh, uh, about our classes. Yeah, before everything, I'll just say about myself by the way of introducing these books as well. Of course, I did my BTech from Coimbatore Institute of Technology in the year 1994. So you can easily calculate my age. So I'm 50 now. I finished my BTech by 1994, and then I was working for about 2 years in industry, 1 year in a chemical equipment fabrication industry, which is more of a mechanical kind of job. There is what is called design, design, fabrication, and supply and testing of this equipments installation. And another 1 year I was working in chemical production industry, which is about managing the production activity. His first job was in Chennai, and another second job was in Karaikudi, the south of Tamil Nadu. Of course, in the my during my second job, I could have some time for preparing to this gate examination. Always during the evening and night shifts and all, I used to read through these books, and that helped me to get at least a decent rank in this gate 1996. Of course, my first attempt in gate 1994. That is my during my final year of BTech. I could not get a scorecard. Hmm? Don't get disappointed, because that 1994 examination is kind of a tricky examination, and it was a lengthy paper, and which was having variety of question options like yes no question, and yeah, very lengthy question. You can also see that 1994 question, which is a unique question out of all the questions. And in 1996 I taken up this gate because of some time availability and having good amount of preparation. That helped me to get into this MTech in Anna University with stipend. Of course, the idea of going to MTech from industry is job. What I was looking into was kind of managing the people. After about some 3 4 months, it's mostly about managing the people. I mean, initial 3 4 year months, you'll be learning anything about the production. Of course, I was working in a small industry. At that time, was having a turnover of about 50 crore. Currently, that may be around some 200 crore. There is a kind of a small industry. Since it was having a very limited number of chemical engineering operations, and I could not learn much, and of course, I could learn, and whatever the learning is happening in the initial learning happened in the 3 4 months, and later then it's more of managing the people. So I thought to get into some other sort of operations. I was my interesting was on a design company, uh, but this gate preparation lead me to MTech. And after MTech, during our time, we don't have much of a design company. I could, I was looking for some job, but at that time, the easily available jobs were only teaching jobs in the period of 90s, 98. So I get into this college, what is called as Venkateswara College of Engineering at Sri Perumbudur. Though initially I was not liking teaching, but later I started loving this teaching. I started to uh, I started to solve good number of problems from this past gate questions, and that solving helped me to teach the class well. Every teacher is not given with opportunity to teach every core subject. So and again, the junior faculty will be given with a very least bothered subject like environmental engineering or mechanical operation. So that subjects, of course, I taken up, and I had the opportunity to learn variety of subjects because of the available gate questions, and that preparation helped me to guide my students on GATE preparation. And I can say in my teaching career in the first 6 years at SVCE, uh, I coached about some 3 4 batches, and even one of my student who actually from a lateral entry background, he got a score of around all India rank of about 20. Of course, my appearance, I also appeared for GATE in the year of 2023. So by the time I released this book on chemical engineering, of course, just to check where I stand, whether I am still capable of handling this GATE examination. So I taken up this GATE in the year of 2023, sorry, 2003. By the time I also released this book, so in the 2003, my GATE score were how much? No? All India rank of 24, AR of 24 out of around 8,000 students. That doesn't have any usage for me still, because of that All India rank in 2003. I could get into PhD at IIT Madras. I was doing my PhD from 2005 to 2009, so I could easily get that PhD candidateship because of this GATE preparation. Though it is not required or mandatory for getting a PhD, still that preparation helped me to summarize all the subjects and uh, get a good understanding. Okay, coming back, and again after this PhD, again I got into another teaching job at SSN College of Engineering. Still, I am currently working in this college at Chennai, which is a famous college in Tamil Nadu. Okay. Initially, I thought of again doing some starting with some research, but after some time, I felt like my area is only on sticking to GATE. And from right from 2012 onwards, I was again working on my books, and that resulted in this 5 volume book on chemical engineering. This I released in the year of 2018. This, of course, I also added co-authors. The co-authors were my PhD colleagues, namely Dr. Sandilya, who is currently at ISM Dhanbad. That is IIT ISM, IIT ISM Dhanbad, and Dr. Sandilya, and my own another friend, Dr. Nagarajan, who was working at Rajalakshmi College of Engineering, and other two students as well, namely Siddharth and Pawan Kumar. Of course, they are the main authors, I would say, like they are the main authors for my book on general aptitude. This Siddharth essentially solved all the problems of this general aptitude, and Pawan also added some more material. My work was more of managing and still giving a overall picture. So these are all the books I have written. This is in 2003, and this in 2018, and this was in 2017. These two students currently they are in the Siddharth is in IOCL at Panipat, and this Pawan Kumar is at BPCL at Cochin. They were I would say like they were the very good students in my entire career of chemical engineering. This Siddharth and Pawan are still in touch with me. I will I can show you the scorecard of them as well. He got a score of around 120, all India rank of 120 in GATE 2017, and this Pawan Kumar got a score of all India rank 90. So he was whereas he got this job easily at BPCL at Cochin, whereas he was appearing for two more interviews, one at IOCL, one at even HPCL. Otherwise, people within 100 will easily get the jobs of his preference. Whereas after this, anything after 100, people have to always they can always up to 200. Okay, there are chances for getting into college, good industry, but he was waiting for some more time to get the IOCL offer. Okay, uh, they are next. Yeah, these are all just about saying about my background and my work on GATE. Otherwise, I appeared in GATE 1994 with not a good attempt. Okay, 1996. Okay, decent score to get into MTech with stipend. I studied MTech with GATE stipend. And 2003, just to again check my thing, All India rank of 24. And I will say like I can say like my preparations on GATE where I was during 1994 I had some amount of preparation from 1996, okay, some amount, and during my first 3 4 years at my first job, yeah, very rigorous preparation that lead to this book. And again after this SSN here in after from 2012, almost for the 7 8 years I was working for this book, as well as this book resulted in some 6 months of time. And in the recent 3 years, I would say from 2021 onwards, 21 January onwards, we were working on books into online courses. That I will say at the last. Okay, now you may ask what is the need for GATE examination. Of course, all of you know what is the need for GATE examination to assess one at national level. The reason is why should we have an assessment? Because these days people are having this assessment at regional level, or with university assessments, or sometimes localized to your own institute, because many are having autonomous status, and your assessment is within the group of 60 to 100 students. That is not very good. No, you should you should get assessed yourself across the India. In that way, our GATE examination is very nice. You'll be assessed in a group of 15,000 students. 15 to 18,000 students are currently appearing. So you can, if you are getting within this 2,000, 3,000, you will feel definitely you are in the top 10%, top 10 to 20 percentile. That's a good thing. 1 in 5 will definitely get a good job. No, so in that proportion, if you are within, so that is a decent score. And again, these questions are very nice. No, if you get into this the top companies or institution for higher studies, otherwise also to assess, otherwise to learn the subject, learn the subject in depth, and the and connect in a connected way. These questions are very nice. In that way, also I take up these gate questions and try to solve problems. So these are really highly conceptual questions, and every question is a self-contained question. Rarely we see any mistake. Of course, we can say like 99% of the, at least 95% of the questions are having correct, exact, very nice questions. Maybe some 5% there are still some mistakes because of some typo or anything. Otherwise, uh, every question is a very nice, fantastic question. Of course, still the questions are only again not very lengthy questions. Still, there are in industry you may have to solve even a lengthy question. For taking up that level, I recommend you to go through this book, what is called as Felder. I will tell you about this book also shortly. Okay, otherwise to say about the need, you have to get yourself assessed at national level, and this otherwise also to study the subject in depth and in a good quality. uh, Take up this exam. Okay. Coming to the GATE examination question pattern, we have 65 questions totaling to 100 mark to be answered in 3 hours, which has general aptitude for 15 marks, and max you can also take it as 15 mark. Of course, we have 1 and 2 mark questions, no? And core subjects, we can simply take it as 70 marks. So 70 mark only we have core. Yeah, of course, this pattern is from I can say like from 2010 onwards. No, we have this pattern. Prior to 2010, we don't have this general aptitude. Whereas during my time, no, into 94, 96 or 2003, we were having only core subjects. Of course, max were there. Okay. In the core subject, yeah, of course, earlier the pattern were also different. Out of 150 mark, you have to answer for 100 mark like that. There were a lot of changes. But from 2010 onwards, we have the same kind of pattern. Of course, these kind of questions patterns are changing. Within the type of question it is changing. Of course, 2 mark and 1 mark questions, and in that here earlier it were kind of multiple choice questions. Now they are also adding this multiple select questions and numerical answer. Predominantly, the questions are now numerical answer. Of course, numerical answer type question, there is no negative mark given. Whereas the other things, since you can also choose the answer without working out, these are all having actually penalty. There is If the question is 1 mark and you will be having what is it? One third will be going for a negative mark. At least one third of the mark is negative mark. No, one third of the mark is even for negative marking. Okay, and there is no negative mark for, of course, multiple select as well as numerical answer type. Okay. Yeah, roughly, this we can classify this 70 mark into 7 group of subjects. This process calculation and thermodynamics together 10 mark. Of course, which is the foundation subject for the rest of the subjects. Uh, and fluid FM and MO together 10 mark. Heat transfer, I would say this is the easiest subject to score, no, 10 mark. And mass transfer, we used to learn this in 2 semester, which is 10 mark. And CRE also like a 2 semester course or sometimes a single semester course, which is 10 mark. And process control also 10 mark. As similar to heat transfer, process control is the easiest one to earn 10 mark, which is also a single semester course. And economics, design, chemical technology. Of course, chemical technology, a lot of memorizing things may be needed. Whereas economics is easy to score, and design, which is again are covered in heat and mass transfer. So I would say like economics at least 4 5 mark you can get, and design maybe 1 or 2 marks. And here chemical technology around some 5 6 marks are being asked. So this rough mark distribution, of course, based on the past analysis, I would say this is varying with error of about plus or minus 5 to 10%. Okay, so again, the textbook. What are the good textbook that I can give an idea? The process calculation, I prefer the books. The recently I am reading through this book, Felder, Elementary Principles of Chemical Engineering by Felder. No? Felder, which is a nice book. Felder and Rose. Felder and Rose. Maybe you can go through that not only for process calculation, just to have a good understanding of chemical engineering. This is a very fantastic book. Of course, I am using this in the recent 2 years only, but it were available for a long, at least for the past 15 20 years, it is available. And thermodynamics. Why? Of course, all of you know this fantastic book is Smith and Vaness, and the Indianized version is our K.V. Narayanan. Now, K.V. Narayanan is also a nice book. Upon learning this K.V. Narayanan, you will feel that Smith and Vaness is easier. Otherwise, sometimes Smith and Vaness as such maybe is slightly tougher, whereas the Indianized version K.V. Narayanan is giving you a better idea. So then you can again relearn this Smith and Vaness. And fluid mechanics kind of a common subject. Still, our chemical engineering for getting to know about this contents like packed and fluid aspects, you need to refer to books on chemical engineering. Say Noel D. Nevers, of course, Maccabe Smith. There is still a good book. Maccabe Smith and even our Badger and Bankero. These are all to be referred. Badger and Bankero. And even Unit Operations by Faust. That is also a nice book, still available in the market. And mechanical operations, again, the Maccabe Smith, Badger, and also the recent books also available. I don't know much about these recent books. Otherwise, I used to refer this Maccabe Smith, Badger, and Faust. Even the older book like Brown, G.G. Brown is also having good contents. Of course, one can also refer to this our volumes of books, no? Coulson and Richardson's 6 volume set. That is a nice book for most of our subject. Of course, every aspect is covered in that book, I'd say like. Okay, heat transfer. Uh, prefer this book, Nekati, Osisik, or even Hallman, or in the recent times we are also having this book, nice book, colorful book, no, Sengel. Sengel, or any number of books are available. Heat transfer is very common subject, as like that fluid mechanics. And mass transfer, of course, tribal, and even our Welty, Wicks, and Wilson. There is momentum heat and mass transfer by Welty, Wicks, and Wilson. There is 3 Ws. That is also a nice book. And recently, we are also having this another book, what is called as Kessler, diffusion and mass transfer operations by Kessler, which is also a nice book. Okay. And CRE, of course, you all know this. Our fantastic book is 11th Spell, 11th Spell. And we can also refer to Fagler and any other so material. Of course, 4 5 nice books are available. It's even enough to read through only this 11th Spell itself. And process control, my favorite is, of course, Stephanopoulos. Even this Kaufner is also a nice one. Kaufner and Stephanopoulos both are to be referred for process control. Economics, being a common subject, of course, our chemical engineering economics are available in this Peter and Timoras, and as well as the Cooper. Uh, Process economics by Cooper is also nice. And design, we can refer to this Coulson Richardson volume 6. Chemical technology, of course, our Dryden's and Srius, and even many number of books also to be referred, because chemical technology, the subject is technologies keep on changing. There is a catalyst, things are changing. So the recent books also to be referred. Okay, these are all idea about the books and coverages. Yeah, typical scorecard. No, actually, this scorecard corresponds to that of my student Siddharth. He got a mark of all India, this mark of 74 out of 100. Of course, this mark again depends on the relative difficulty level of a subject, of a question that year, corresponding to that year. He got a all India rank of 120 out of 14,500 students. I don't know about this much about this thing. This is having very relevance, and or is out of how much, or is a percentile score. Sometimes this all India rank is good enough. Uh, the qualifying mark sometimes vary. Sometimes it's around some 25 to that year it was 44 up, also up to. So anything about some 25 30 marks is also good mark. Sometimes people are also getting very low, not even getting qualified. Even the people in the university rank list are also not getting this scorecard. Reason is the kind of preparations are different. Here you need to be very sharp. Whereas in the university, maybe something you write relevant also people are given with mark. Here, if you are not writing to the point, then there is no mark given. Otherwise, you need to be having a very sharp understanding of the subject. Okay. And these are all some idea how much appeared and how much qualified. Yeah, roughly. Uh, Applied is this much and appeared is yeah, of course, some 10% of the people are not even taking up the exam, those though applied. Okay. And qualifying is roughly about 20 percentage in our chemical engineering. Okay. And out of this, getting into PSU, of course, top up to 200. Okay, there are good chances. Within 100, if you are within 100, definitely you'll be getting the PSU of your choice. Whereas within 200, okay, still you can get at least any of the PSU. Still, chances are there up to 500, because anything after 100, they are giving very, even weightage for your interview performance, and which is consisting of again some technical and GD as well. Okay, up to 500, there are chances. Whereas for getting into IIT, even up to 2000, also you can get into IIT for taking up higher studies. Otherwise, for get within 500 to 1000, okay, you may get into the older IITs. There is a very preferred IITs. Whereas the recently coming IITs also you can get into with a all India rank of around 2000, or even up to 3000. You can also still get a MTech seat in university, and you'll be getting stipend still. So otherwise, if you are within the top 20 percentage, at least you can go for higher studies. But my suggestion or advice to my student is always finish the BTech and get into some job. Of course, there is no advantage by taking up higher studies or PhD. Of course, there are still exemptions. People are preparing still for MTech and PhD with own interest. But most of the people, because of not getting good job in BTech, many are doing MTech. Of course, I can say my own level also. Because of not getting good job in BTech, I studied MTech. And since my MTech again, because of compulsion, we are supposed to do PhD. So otherwise, for earning point of view, it is best to choose go to the job even immediately after BTech. There is no much financial advantage because of MTech or PhD. And also confidence level. Maybe those who finished for MTech and BTech, PhD, they may say like, okay, these are all there in in terms of degree, they can claim they have studied much. But in terms of experience and confidence level, I will say like BTech is good enough. BTech with good amount of industrial experience, variety of industrial experience. Okay. Uh, and what we have in our courses and lectures. Now we also we started these online classes right from last year itself. And last year, I would say like I was having only one full student. That means he was taking class from March to December. That full say around 8 months. In that I was having. At we could have around 100 to 120 hours of classes. At least I have at least good contents of around 100 hours of recorded lectures available now. So that contents, of course, it is full of my class. At least without much interaction. At least I would say like it's a full-fledged nice recorded material. They are available now. That will actually help us in this current year because that recorded materials in what way they are helpful. You can learn at your own pace, and we can also see variety of contents. Always, in addition to the recorded material, now also we are going to have live classes. Always weekly, I am planning to have give 3 hours, 1 hour in the weekday and 2 hour in the weekend. Uh, uh, in addition, we also have this online course material, of course, which is having notes, problems, and the keywords and self-assessment quizzes, and some typical video lectures having variety of features. So these are all available. Of course, we can access this content from MSubbu.academy, which is a Moodle LMS. This Moodle is a software which is having this LMS features, wherein which we have variety of contents. Maybe for a glance, I will show you how my site is will be looking like. Of course, some of you might have already started using it. Still, I'm not sure whether you are using the every feature of that courses. Just for thing, I will again show you a typical course. So here we are giving these notes. So in the notes also we have some kind of tags. So tags will give you relevant connected material so that you can directly go to that material, extra material. And again, you can linearly study. Then you can go through about these problems. Here in these problems, yeah, by default, you'll be given first with a question, and of course you can choose a correct or any option. You'll be given with a solution. Here also you are given with this tags. They are again connecting you to the relevant contents. So otherwise, for extra and conceptual learning, these tags will be of very help to you. And short questions are given in object types, and detailed problems are available in problems with solution service. Here these are relatively lengthy questions. Always in the recent time we are asked this 2 mark question, no? So 2 mark questions are available here in these problems with solutions. And you can also take up this self-assessment quizzes for a topic. Again, these are all sometimes timed test, so that you can also uh, check your learning and how fast you are doing. So in that way also, sometimes the questions are actually the older questions. We are also adding new questions. With time we are keep on adding contents. Okay, and this checklist will help you to directly go to that question. Maybe if you are having this set of questions and you want to work question wise, you can also go to that. And in the recent time, we are also adding video contents. So for every subject, we are also adding some theory and video. Of course, these videos are only about limited length, whereas a full-fledged video contents are available. Say, for example, this is the video lecture for that thermodynamics. So these are all the recorded contents. Herein we have given questions from variety of other sources. Say for example, the engineering sciences questions also nice for thermodynamics, and for every subject we are trying to take up nice questions from the standard books, because most of the time you have learned from this subject from your standard books like Smith and Vaness, in the case of CRE, or as in the case of thermodynamics, or CR 11 spill from CRE. So for such for that from that books we are taking up nice questions, so they are getting discussed in the classes. So by that way, uh, at least you are learning, at least you are starting from the known thing and trying to solve the some unknowns. So in that way, we are trying to add questions from variety of other sources, because every gate question is almost available as a solution. In addition, we should also work around similar questions. So for that, I am taking up nice questions from our 11th spell. Say this book, this question I taken from a book book what is called as BG Kyle. So I have at least for every subject I have at least 4 5 nice books. From that book also I am taking questions. So that questions are every subject I'm trying to give good amount of information. That's what I think. So for example, this thermodynamics content in the last year we had around 15 hours of classes. So that classes are contents are available in the form of videos. So this video, of course, video also you can go through, and below that we are also giving the transcript so that you can uh, for the first time maybe you can listen to the video, and every time again we need not go through the video. Instead you can simply go through this transcript and you can easily follow this material. Of course, video will be having some extra information also, because some connected information will be available. So because everything we cannot write everything, instead we can say something, so that thing is also given in this kind of video. So at least once or twice you can go through the video, and you can go through this write up several times, so that your data usage is also limited, and you can quickly go through the material at your own pace. So in that way, at least for every subject we have 10 to 15 hour of content. At least 10 hour of content may be there for this subject like mechanical operation, because which is a slightly less weightage subject. So every subject we have theory content which is available in the form of at least some 1 or 2 hour of video. And for subject like thermodynamics, we gave 5 hour of video for theory, and 10, 12 hour of problems. In that way, these recorded contents are now readily available. Otherwise, this learning, this for preparing for this GATE 2025 will be much more better than what we gave for GATE 2024. Okay, in the last year, one full student, and again we had yeah, two batches of this what is it, kind of a crash course. For that crash course, we also use this recorded material. That crash course we have had it from December to October to December, October, November, December. In the 3 months, we could go through this 100 hours of content. That was a kind of classes we had. But this year, we are actually preparing from right from I would say like from today onwards, we are going to prepare. But actually, very seriously, we'll be having it from the first week of March. March, April, May, June, July, August, September. Up to that September, we'll be having the first revision of these contents. So first revision, what is it? March, April, May, June, July, August, September. So in these 7 months, we have 7 group of subjects, right? So 7 group of subjects. Of course, some subject maybe some subject need to spend more time, and some may be relatively lesser. And it's a foundation subjects like process calculation and thermodynamics. We'll be spending little more. Instead of 1 month, we'll try to have it even for 5 weeks also. Okay. So by that way, at least we'll be having a quick full revision of this subjects by September. And October, November, December, we'll also add crash course batch also. They will be also following along with us. So, whereas we'll be in a position to revise. So otherwise, this first 7 months for the full detailed going through, and the another 3 months for the fast revision, and again for quick recollection, we'll also have another 2 more weeks of classes in the January first 2 weeks. So by that way, we are planning. And the amount what we are asking is also relatively very lesser only. At last year I charged 57,000 for this 1 year class. Uh, Whereas the same thing, we are now going to give it at a price of only around 37,000, which is 37 including GST. Whereas last year it was 57 plus GST of 18%, we are somewhere around 70,000. Like I can say, like, we are now capable of giving this at a half of the rate because of the availability of the video lectures, recorded lectures. So that lectures are very nice material, and if you are so interested, I can enable access for at least some 2 3 days for subject of your choice. So that will help you to assess how the materials are. Okay. And as I said, our plan is to have these classes first 30 weeks, no, at least 42 weeks of classes we are planning. Initially, you will be given with 3 to 4 hours of, at least every week, you are supposed to go through 3 to 4 hours of class video content, recorded content. Of course, we'll also add some more problem by the way of these classes per week, which is 3 hours. One class on uh, Thursday, Wednesday or Thursday. That is evening 6:30 to 7:30. That is my preferred time. And also the students residing at hostel also, they may feel that time to be convenient. And in the Sunday, mostly on Sunday, we'll be having classes from 9 to 11. Okay. If any Saturday is having some issue, we may sometimes postpone to Saturday as well. Instead of Sunday, we may also have some session on Saturday as well. So that we'll try to have 42 weeks. Sometime 1 or 2 weeks we may skip also. Reason being that maybe I may go for any vacation, or you may also have any semester exam. Maybe sometime we'll be having mutually having an agreement and saying that we'll skip that week. Not week, at least some 1 or 2 days we'll be skipping. So by that way, at least in the available 10 to 11 months of time. So okay, I would say like 10 to 11. Exactly we'll be having 10 months. In the 10 months, we plan to have 42 weeks. Okay. In the 42 weeks, first 30 weeks for this uh, what is it? First, going through every aspect, which consists of 3 to 4 hours of recorded classes. Yeah, of course, the entire recorded material is available to you. I will be giving you allocating these portions, and you have to go through that portions. And from that portions, any doubt is there, we'll be discussing in a class. And in addition, we'll also add some more material so that in addition to the available recorded contents of 100 hours, this year my target is another adding around 50 hours of contents. So, in addition to these classes, I will also be adding some more material, maybe some more simply recorded, no? And that also will be enabled to you. Okay. So, by that way, you'll be having much more, whatever to the available existing content, you'll be getting another about 30% extra easily. Okay. Next, and second 10 weeks, as I said, there is again going to have lectures of 3 hours per week. But here, you will be given mostly a lot of other questions. So you'll be having more of tests, more tests, and the last 2 weeks we'll be having kind of every alternate day we'll be having classes for 2 hours, so that we'll be having a thorough recollection of every subject. Okay. Here again, I will be concentrating upon this core subjects and max and general aptitude. I ask you to go through by yourself. Of course, for that also we have this complete solution for the past questions. Okay, general aptitude also available as solutions, and max also available as solutions. And entire thing, of course, maybe the video lectures will not be available for max and general aptitude. Otherwise, everything is having all the learning material. So, general this all the core subjects will be discussed in detail. Of course, not detail. Whereas in your detailed class may require 40 to 80 hours. No, for thermodynamics you need 80 hours of discussion. Whereas we are going to concisely give in 15 hours, which means you already have learned this subject from your teachers, and the essential aspects I will be reviewing, and so whichever points are needing more clarity, that will be more discussed. So at least uh, after your classes, or is you already learned the subject from your teachers. Now this 15 20 hours of discussion, say at least 10 to 15 hours of discussion will clear all your doubts. In that way, I can easily say like, okay. The classes are from 6:30 to 7:30 and 9 to 11. So these are all the preferred timings. Okay. I expect the student to be of at least third year currently, so that yeah, it will be very helpful to them. Whereas second year may feel it difficult. Okay, because still they can take up second year maybe because they are eligible for GATE in their third year itself. So now also they can take up, but some subjects like mass transfer or CRE2, mass transfer 2 and CRE2, you may not be in a position to easily learn now. Still, there are good learning possible. Okay. And as like today's class, you can also take up another three to four classes. Maybe another is coming. This next class will be on this 15th. I suppose it is a Thursday. No? Let me check it. Yeah, next class will be on Thursday from 6:30 to 7:30, and on Sunday, and after then again this Thursday 6:30 to 7:30, and in the four more classes. No. Of course, every day I'll try to give variety of problems. So at least we'll also be in a position to see the major aspects of process calculations. Okay. So enrollment started. Okay. And uh, of course, you can attend these first 2 weeks of classes for free. Okay. And as I said, we also have this learning material in the form of uh, courses and recorded video lectures. Okay. And this 37,000 actually inclusive of 18% GST, which means I'll be getting only around 32,000, the 500. The rest I have to pay to the government as a tax. So this 30,000 rupee is a very affordable amount, because last year I charged double. This year I am reducing because I have good experience and my materials are ready, and I also expect more number of students. So definitely, for everyone it will be a beneficial thing. Okay, now maybe another how much time? Maybe another. You can take a break of 5 minutes. We'll start the class on process calculation. Okay, before go finishing this session, I'll tell you what is to be seen in this another 1 hour. Okay, I have some representative problems on chemical process calculations with reactions. Okay, so these contents are I have taken up some representative problems from this my favorite book, which is Felder, which is about the combustion or even the reaction based problems. These three problems will help you to get some easy understanding of chemical process calculations. Of course, I am also adding some two nice methods. This atomic balance method and extent of reaction method. This is a nice approach available in this book Felder. That also I am going to cover. In addition, some points like excess air, conversion. So these points will be getting clarified. So we are going to have these three examples. Okay. So you can take a break till 9:55 or even up to 10 o'clock. Okay. We'll start the session. There is second session with a break of 10 minutes. So in that time, we'll be seeing these three problems. Okay. For convenience, I already solved them and written every step, because if I try to solve a problem in a class, definitely these kind of problems will take a minimum, one problem will take half an hour, because sometimes I try to calculate and again I erase it. So instead what I am doing is, for every class I'll be coming with a preparation. So this preparation, if not done, or if I am trying to work out in the class, definitely I'll be taking double the time. Instead, service I am, though I am saying like 100 hours of video, they are actually having 200 hours of contents. And whatever the class we have 100 hours of classes, they also have 200 hours of material, because this preparation is taking time. So these three problems I took around some 1.5 hour to 2 hour for preparing. So that I am going to discuss in a 1 hour of time. So definitely you will be having more learning. So though I am saying like 200 hours, which is 100 hour of video lectures and 100 to 120 hours of discussion, so which will be actually like 400 hours of contents, which is a thing possible in any of the coaching class. So yeah, hardly you'll be having 40 weeks, and weekly they'll be having some one full day or 2 full days of classes, and they may promise you to say give more content. But here in the farm, we have everything available, prepared, and I will be discussing every point. And even I will be saying about what is a mistake you will be often encountering. So every point is nicely prepared, and the learning will be much more effective. Even many of you may feel like whether to go for this online or full-time, full-fledged, what is it, in-person class. I suggest to go for these online classes. Reason is you would avoid your travel, because these days people are traveling at least some daily 2 hours. These 2 hours of travel you can easily avoid by the way of this online class. Mm. You can sit at your home comfortably, and listen, and also you can also parallelly practice. So by that way, this learning will be definitely easy and interesting in this online. Of course, people say like it is distracting or anything, but everywhere if you want to have distraction in the in-person class also, you'll be having distraction from your neighbors. So in that way, this also better. Okay, we'll meet by 10 a.m. sharp. Okay, you can take a break for another about 5-6 minutes.